Alright guys, here we are with NS Williams 007. And here we are hitting it up with another Skyrim build. This one is the Imperial Orc Centurion. I base this entire build off of a single line that appears in the description of orcs that are prized in Legion in heavy armor. Decided everybody makes an Imperial soldier, just like an Orcish Imperial soldier. So, naturally, we start with the background. He was raised in Hrothgar. Both of his parents fought in the Legion, and then he joined up in the Legion in their stead. Well, not in their stead, in their wake. This is the right term. He proved himself very well, wearing heavy armor, and he ended up becoming a legate by the time of the Great War. And although he lost a huge battle within the war, having most of his unit die to decisions he made. And he felt a massive amount of shame for this, and so he resigned. He spent several years wandering, with no direction in life anymore, given, he lost the one thing that he was proud to have. And when he heard of the Civil War breaking out in Skyrim, he traveled northwards, got caught up in the Imperial trap, and, well, the story from there is up to you. The way I played this one is I did the main quest first, and then I sided with the Empire after that, because, why would I side with the Stormcloaks as an Imperial Orc? Seems a little bit stupid to me. Did these two DLC in the different order I normally do. I normally do Dawnguard, then Dragonborn, but I did Dragonborn first, siding against Miraak, because of why would he let anybody rule over Imperial land? And then I did the Dawnguard DLC, siding with the Dawnguard. I then decided to take this character and have them settle down. I married the orc girl in one of the strongholds. I cannot remember her name. Decided an orc needs an orc wife. Did not adopt any kids with this one, and ended up settling down at Lakeview. I then went out and killed the Dark Brotherhood. As far as some of the main aspects of this build, it is a very sword and board build, as you can tell just from it where I sport the heavy armor. He is definitely an enchanter. He will go out of his way to do so, and also very good at the smithing. So take the time out of your character's day to smith up some gear. In fact, all the gear he wears, he made. Including the patch that allows me to make the sword. That unofficial patch, guys, you gotta have it, I'm telling you. And it's a whole lot of a bashing sword and board build, where when they attack, you just block, take the hit, bash, attack, and roll forward. I also have Gorbash the Iron Hand as a follower. Always have him with me for the most part, because he is ex-Legion. He went through this build. But instead of decking him out Imperial, I decked him out with Orcish armor, because that's the thing to do. And I play him as my damage dealer between the two of us. Sporting that Orcish battle axe that I've smithed up and made pretty for him. And that really helps with the whole me just holding him still and hitting when I can, and Gorbash really doing the heavy hitting, which is... It's been working quite well, actually. This has been one of the easier builds I've ever done, as far as acquiring the armor I need. Just look at that boy, looking beautiful. As far as acquiring the armor I need and the actual playstyle, because I'm actually using a follower to help me while I play a tanking role. And he's not opposed to magic. I would not say he's a magic wielder. He won't throw a fireball unless he absolutely has to for any reason. Normally, for range, he can just carry around an Imperial bow. Always have a bow on hand. That's just like a rule of Skyrim. It's a bow in Skyrim. You're probably going to need it. And so magic I wouldn't, but if he has to use a detect dead, or wants to throw up some clairvoyance, it wouldn't hurt him. And he is not like the William Wallace build in the sense that he hates the potions, because he's all like, oh, got to be a true Nord. Oh no. No, he's an orc. All right. If he thinks it'll make him better, he'll do it. So I am all the time popping the elixirs of block and one-handed damage and heavy armor effectiveness. I'm chugging them back like they're shots. Like, I'm rushing guys in bottles of vodka with these potions, dude. I mean, when I start dying, I'm slamming back the healing potions, and when I need stam, I'm slamming back the stamina potions, because frankly, he needs them. It's very hard to play a tank build and not have to use healing potions on occasion, simply because your job is to be a meat shield. Your job is to get hit as hard as you can. It's just what you do. Alright. And as you can see, I mean, a couple of glitches. As you can see, I mean, it's a very bash, hit, like, bash and then hit when I can. Doesn't always come out perfect, but I mean, that's just how I started off in the game before I could get a good follower behind me. Is just, you have to bash and move in. I'm almost using a tank like a fighter, which is kind of ironic, given that fighters are meant for outright damage by stuns. And I mean, he purges the Holy Land, man. That's what he does. I primary skilled in heavy armor, secondaried in block, tertiaried in one-handed, just because you really need just the heavy armor value to protect you, and the block helps. Smithing isn't a bad one to keep on, just because he is a smith, and enchanting isn't a bad one either. I leveled up some speech, just because he's a legionnaire. He's got the skills. I mean, he's got the skills. If you wanted to, it wouldn't hurt to put some in archery. I just use dragon rend. That's the only time I use bows. So any situation where it's side with the villagers and kill the bandits, side with the villagers and kill the bandits. Anytime it's side with the villagers or side with the government, side with the government. That's what he do, fam. It's like the one thing he's good at, alright, is just being the ballad of people fight. So, there we are. The Imperial Orc. Decked him out with, wow, I way forgot a whole section. Wow. I chose the Imperial Officer's helmet over the Imperial Closed helmet, just because open face definitely accented the fact that he was an orc and made it so much more apparent, and it provides the same armor value, I think actually better, which frankly just helps with, I mean, yeah, you can look at him and see his face poking out, which definitely helps with the overall orc aesthetic to things. The rest of it's just standard Imperial heavy. The steel shin boots and steel Imperial gauntlets just to squeeze that little bit out, because his armor is so abysmally low, because I'm using literally tier 2 armor for the entire game. I mean, between this build and the William Wallace one, that is the big drawback, is just absolute abysmal armor value, because they made the frickin' faction armors so unprotective, so abysmally unprotective. They need more tiers to them. They needed so many, but that's not about this build, isn't it? Imperial heavy shield, smith it as high as you can. I don't have it yet when I filmed this, but I went with a fire enchantment on my sword. And then shield, I did block absorption. I mean, obviously. Helmet, I went ahead and just slammed on some archery. Boots, stamina regen, and chest health regen. And gauntlets, one-handed damage. And that really carried me through to the end. I would definitely say he's one to take a trophy. So, anytime you roll across those mammoth tusks or troll skulls or human flesh or, you know, those things that prove he's a great warrior. Heck, if you kill someone cool, take their sword, even if it's a lame sword, take it, throw it in a chest somewhere. That's his trophies. And it really helps with the role-playing aspects of the whole build. And for real this time. For real. See you guys later. Peace.